So, welcome to the last episode of Conversations That Connect for 2023 with Suki and Tayla. So, today, guys, we're reflecting on 2023.
All right. So, when you're thinking about the year, it's been a massive year.
It has been a big year.
In what capacity? What do you reckon has happened? The highs, the lows, the in-betweens?
I think it's been like a year of growth.
Yeah.
100%. And learning resilience.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Stepping into the unknown as well. Just really like taking that next step forward and not knowing what it's going to look like. Trusting that everything is okay, but also not knowing what's going to happen. So it was a big year for trusting that, we're on the right path, and resilience and
yeah. I think resilience and growth is probably the two words that describe the year the best. And we came out of last year, 2022, which is about 2 years after COVID. Well, after COVID started, but it was really still in that COVID space. And towards the end of last year, we still felt the effects of COVID quite strong, although things did start picking up. And then in the beginning of this, maybe the first 6 months was like the market was just very strong. I kept saying to Taylor, this is not normal. This is not normal. This is not how the market usually is. And yes, things happen, but they don't happen so often in so big a succession after each other. You might have an incident happen once a year or twice a year, not twice in a month. And a lot of that was ghosting, a lot of ghosting where candidates just disappeared on us for various reasons. So it almost felt like the first 6 months of this year felt like a lot of turmoil. It was just everything was moving. There was no, this is what it is. It was like, oh, I think it's this. No, it's not. Oh, this. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, and it was constantly changing.
You couldn't keep up.
No, and I think that's why people are tired, because we were constantly adapting to what is this new normal, and is normal actually the word that you call it? So it was. And that took resilience, just to, like you said, Taylor, trusting that it will settle, that we're on the right path. Just keep doing what we're doing, the right things. And at some stage, things will just settle down a bit. And they did.
And all I can think about with that is there's like just telling yourself, and the thing that comes to my head and what I'm telling myself every day is like, you're doing great, sweetie. There's a new Apple upgrade and I just don't know how to handle that. But there was this meme, and it's Kris Jenner with like one of her girls, and she's like, you're doing great, sweetie, keep up the good work. And it was like constantly having to tell myself that, like, don't give up, you're doing great, like just
keep going. Stick to the way you want to do things and the way that you know is the right way to do things. And it is hard to keep sort of an open mind and a trusting open heart as well to people when you feel like you've constantly been facing negative experiences with people. And it's hard, because you're like, no, you've got to, I know deep down, like we've all had, not so great moments, and to try and keep meeting people where they're at.
And to keep going, like you said, just, okay, I'm going to pick up the phone again and just try and trust the next person won't let me down. And also, like, we try and see things in perspective. Like, yes, we were going through a growth journey and the market was going through a journey, and people were individually going through journeys as well. So it was trying to understand that, but you're right, it's just getting up every morning and going, okay, yesterday sucked, the day before that sucked, but I'll just keep going because I've got to trust that that we're doing the right thing in the right way, and meeting, like you said, meeting people where they're at. And that was the mantra for the first 6 months, was that you're doing good, sweetie.
Yeah.
Just keep doing the right work. It'll happen. And for you, Tayla, to trust that what was said is like, this is not normal. Like, but it feels pretty normal because it's happening to me all the time. Yeah, and I have to say, coming out of those 6 months was like, whew, okay.
Yeah.
It literally felt like a cloud lifted and the market just breathed. It's like, it gave a sigh of, okay, I'm taking a breath, and now we're stepping into that next phase. Which is this what we thought the normal would be like? No, it's still changing. But it feels like it's settled a little bit more.
100%. But on the flip side of that down, we had such a massive high coming out of it. Like, it was huge. And it's like you said, it's literally like everything just opened up and everything just fell into place so perfectly, which is, again, like why we have to trust that everything is going the right way, because it eventually does.
Yes.
But we just can't see it. So we've got to, like you say, step out of the car and look at it from a different perspective. And I think kudos to us for being able to do that and trusting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a lot of people have the resilience to do that, but you have to be resilient in this game, and you just have to push and push and push, and it's mentally tiring. And I think that's why everybody's so exhausted.
And that's why the conversation with Melinda was so good, about just your mental well-being. The podcast that we've got running at the moment is look after yourself. It's been a tough year, but also look after the people that you have to take care of, and just check in and make sure people are all right.
And it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help or to take some time off if you need to. I saw something, I think it was on TikTok, and it was like a little skit within the business, and it was, someone was like, oh, I'm on PTO, and then the manager's like, no, but I need this deadline right now, and he's like, sorry, I'm on PTO. And the manager was just coming back and being like, well, no, we told our client this. And he said, for me, PTO means prepare the others, not paid time off. You need to prepare the others because I'm having my time off. So I'm like, that's very relevant as well. And I think that little sort of, the way that they spun that, it's quite relevant in some organizations.
Correct. Yes, correct. I like that.
Yeah.
And then, so it was a year of growth. It was a year of resilience, and a year of lessons in the growth period. But, until I'm speaking for you now, but I think I'm excited about 2024 and just the position we find ourselves in at the moment, and the potential for next year is exciting. There's a lot of very interesting things happening, and we're excited to be part of that. So there's 2024 is exciting. It's I'm looking forward to the year that's ahead.
I feel like we have spent this year doing the back end work, or setting ourselves up for next year and
building those foundations.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, there's the thumbs up again. So I cannot wait for next year. Clean slate. New environment as well. I'm moving, so that's very exciting as well. So new environment.
A holiday.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. New environment, new city. Very, very keen.
Yeah. Change brings opportunities. Correct.
Yeah.
Change brings opportunities, and we're in a position where we can jump on the opportunities that's correct for us, and review those and go, yep, this is where we want to be. And I think again in this year, through the whole 12 months or end of 11 months where we are now, is because of the growth and the resilience part that we sometimes just had to struggle through. You have to sit back and think, what am I doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And just really go back to basics. and go, no, I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. This is just a tough period in the market.
Yeah.
It's just reconfirming that we are exactly where we should be and where we want to be right now. Yeah, which is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about 2024.
Same. Bring it on.
Yeah. And I think, the whole way through, staying true to who you are, your values, all that sort of stuff really helps to sort of land or finish on a period and kind of go, well, it was hard, but I always stuck to, my values, did the right thing, offered the kind of service that I wanted to offer, and for the right people. It was good. It worked. It was, it was what it was meant to be.
Yeah. And we don't always get it 100% right. And we know that. As long as we know that we've tried,
we've learned from it.
And we've learned from that. So it's constant learning. There's never going to be a period where we're going to go, okay, I know everything now. When we're there, we've done something wrong. When we think we've learned to know everything. So growth, learning, resilience.
I think there's been a lot of self-reflection this year as well. Just to add to that, there's been sort of, I know, Suki, you and me, we've had many conversations, especially in that downtime. It's like, okay, well, let's sit and think of how we get around this. Like, what can we do? Are we doing anything wrong? Maybe let's just change the way that we do this. Or maybe instead of saying, I can't, just be like, well, I can and I get to. Like, just changing sort of like those little things for your mindset, or like maybe just having a chill day, like doing what you need to do, but then just being like, okay, I'm literally going to sit on my lounge and binge Netflix because that's all I can do at the moment. But so a lot of self-reflection and not being too hard on ourselves. And that is one I'm still working on. We even had a conversation yesterday about it. So, I mean, there is still a lot to learn, but I think we've come such a long way personally, professionally, and sort of as a company too. So it's been huge.
And it's been a lot of teamwork. Naomi, your involvement and continued involvement has been invaluable. Like, it's been huge. Again, even if you just look at social media and our content from where we started last year or this year and where we are now, and where 2024, with all the plans we have in place, where 2024 is going to take us, it's all really exciting stuff.
It is exciting. And I think, I don't know, like, it always comes down to people. What have we learned about people? And by people, you don't just mean other people, but also yourself, like refining your processes, understanding where you've got space to grow and develop and reflect, understanding where you'd like to go, what you strive to be in the next year and things like that. I think after you've been through a period of massive growth, there's just this feeling of like, isn't it amazing to be able to grow?
It's huge. It's such a privilege to be in a position where we've got a company that we've worked really hard on, that's doing well, and that's because of the people. And what a privilege it is to have this team. And I never take any of that for granted.
No.
It's we're very, very blessed.
And in your line of work, obviously, you see people grow and strive to meet challenges in new roles and things like that. And even in achieving that, you guys grow too. And it's just, I don't know, it's an amazing human experience to connect all of those things together. Not just the teamwork we do together, but the teamwork that goes into helping someone else achieve their goals or their growth and everything. It just really connects the dots about everything that you guys talk about in the podcasts and stuff. And I don't know, it's really humbling, I think.
It is humbling. We're doing our Christmas lists at the moment and just, sending out gifts and saying thank you and saying congratulations on the people that we were able to place in positions that we know have changed their lives, and the impact that the small little impact or opportunity we had to work with somebody, and hopefully that's had a big impact on their life. So very humbling. You're 100% right. It's a privilege to be able to be part of this journey with somebody. And see it work out well. It's amazing when a client rings you, like we had one last week, going, the person you place is amazing, and I want another one like that.
No pressure.
No pressure.
On the flip side of that, I get multiple calls from a candidate, and he is just so over the moon with, like, every time I see his name pop up, I'm like, oh my God, hi, how is everything? And he's like, Tayla, you have no idea. Like, it's amazing. Like, I cannot believe it. You've changed my life. And his wife's in the background going like, thank you. And it's like, okay.
This is why we
do it. And it's those connection sort of moments that define the year.
Yes.
Like, there were terrible times as well, but then it was so good by those great magical moments of connection where you've connected people, and it's like, that's what I do it.
And you forgot about the bad.
You forget about the bad. Absolutely.
And that is the human connection, really.
Connection. That's exactly what it is. It's the human connection. That sometimes you feel like, I don't want to connect with any humans anymore because they make my life really difficult. If only recruitment did not involve any people, it would be so easy. But
not everyone. Just
some days it feels like that, and then you're just like, okay, this is why I love what I do, and why we continue to go to keep going. And
it's those special moments, they make it.
100%. And that's us. That's 2023, and looking forward to 2024.
Yeah,
it has been a great year.
I think overall it has.
Yeah,
it has. We finished with a good bang.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll start 2024 with a big bang too.
With a big bang as well.
Oh, yeah, we're making moves next year. Look out, world. We're coming.
Yeah, wow. Good plans in place.
Yeah.
So that's it for today's episode of Conversations That Connect with Montague Group. To join past and present conversations, make sure you follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, and let us know what you would like to have a conversation about next. Let's chat in 2024.